Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Diana, and today we are talking about remembering. Hey, did you know that remembering is God's idea? Think about it. We remember all kinds of things. We remember facts and figures, stats and stories. We remember ideas, and we remember people. We remember experiences and even expressions. Life happens every single day, and every day we are gathering more facts and figures, stats and stories, ideas and people, experiences and expressions. It's so much coming in and day out. So let me ask you a question. What is worth remembering in your life? Right? Because the truth is, we don't tend to recall or remember every single detail of every single moment in our individual lives and in the life of history. We can't recall all of those facts and figures, people and ideas. So today I want to ask you, what is worth remembering? Well, God's word is full of important statements and stories that are worth remembering. And in fact, remembering, like we said, is God's idea. And so what we're going to do for the next few Devos is look at a few of those specific stories, those specific statements and specific truths where God in his word tells us, he says, remember this, remember this. So listen, let's set it up in today's verses. It's in the book of Joshua, chapter 4, verses 1 through 7. Here's what it says. It says, when the whole nation of Israel had finished crossing the Jordan River, the Lord said to Joshua, choose 12 men from among the people, one from each tribe, and tell them to take up 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan, right where the priest stood, and carry them over with you, and put those 12 stones where you stay tonight. So, verse 4, Joshua called together the 12 men, and he appointed them from Israel, one from each tribe, and he said to them, go over before the ark of the Lord your God in the middle of the Jordan River, and each of you is to take a stone upon his shoulder according to the number of tribes in Israel. Stay with me. And then he says this. He says, use these stones, verse 6, to serve as a sign among you. In the future, when your children ask, what do those stones mean? You are to tell them that the flow of the Jordan was cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, that you crossed these stones. This is the important part. Verse 7, these stones are to be a memorial to the people of Israel forever. So here's what happened. Thanks for hanging with me. God told his people, set up these 12 stones as a memorial to remind your people. So when your children, when your grandchildren, when your ancestors see these stones, they're going to serve as a reminder to the people that God provided for his people, that God made a way across the Jordan, that God freed the people and brought them into the land of promise. Remember, remembering is God's idea. So I asked you today, what in your life is worth remembering? In today's story, we see that God has an idea on what's a priority to remember. And God's word is full of remembering. It's a story worth repeating. It's a story worth understanding. It's a story worth remembering. It's the story all about God and his faithful pursuit of people from the very start to today. So have you remembered the story of God lately? Have you remembered how he's moved in your life and through your life and throughout history? Because God had his people set up 12 stones stacked on top of each other as a reminder for generations to come. So I wonder if you and I would take a moment to ponder the move of God, the story of God, the way that God has been in pursuit, making a way, guiding and leading people throughout history. We're going to take a look at the specific statements of God saying, remember these truths and they will serve you well. We'll see you next time.